The consequences of messaging too much and over pursuing. Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I am discussing the reasons why you shouldn't be over messaging and over pursuing and the consequences if you do. And basically I have an email that I'm going to go through with you guys, and this is from someone who just emailed me and they wanted some advice with some tips and with some ideas on how to better their situation. So let's go through the email. So it goes like this. There is some broken English in this, so I will try and translate it as best that I can. It is written in English, but the English is very broken. Dear Christine, I like your videos on YouTube. I would like to tell you my story. I hope that you can give me some recommendations. I got to know one lady on a dating platform since more than 2 months. We chatted too much, and I asked if she liked me, and she said sure. So when you ask a girl if they like you, that is a very insecure thing to do, because basically what you're doing is you are seeking her validation. And that doesn't really go down very well. It's better to wait for that kind of stuff. In fact, I would avoid doing it altogether because, like I said, it comes across as being very weak and insecure. And it also comes across as very needy. You know, if you're just asking, oh, do you like me? Do you like me? It's such a needy thing to do. Avoid saying things like that and asking those kinds of questions, especially if you haven't even met up yet or even dated each other or even, had a romantic, connection yet. Don't do those things while you're still talking to a girl and you haven't even met yet and been on a date yet, because it just comes across as insecure. And studies have shown over the years that women like men who have confidence, who are humorous. And when you are asking, do you like me? That isn't coming across as confident. That's coming across as insecure and needy. So please avoid doing that. It then goes to say, I traveled to a city and asked for a relationship. She said she likes me just as a friend. Then I told her about my feelings to her, and then she asked me to stop communication with me. Okay, so you traveled to a city and asked for a relationship with a girl that you've only been talking to. That's the reason why that's the reason why she stopped communication with you. She began to feel unsure and afraid of you because you had somehow got these feelings for her with only just messaging. You don't know her yet. You don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with her. You don't even know what it's like to date her. You traveled to a city, you met up with her, and then you're already asking for a relationship when you haven't even probably slept together yet or been on a proper romantic date. And this is just too much too soon. You need to be patient. And you need to hold back these feelings. Women fall in love a lot slower, and usually, men and people who are masculine, so this could be masculine lesbians or masculine bisexual women, we tend to fall in love a lot quicker. Like, we can engage our emotions very quickly with girls that we find really attractive. But usually when it comes to someone that is feminine, so like feminine men and feminine women, feminine bisexual women, feminine bisexual men, basically anyone who associates with being very feminine, they fall in love a lot slower, and it takes time for them to build that trust with you and that connection with you. Whereas someone who's masculine can have that connection pretty much almost instantly. It's not always instantly, but most of the time it is, especially if we are really, really attracted to the person that we're talking to. But you need to understand that with women it takes a lot slower, and if you're asking for a relationship straight away, it's too much too soon. It comes off as being needy, insecure, and a little bit of a stalker. So you need to be very careful with this kind of thing. It's best to date someone properly for a few months. So this means you meet up, you go on dates with each other for once a week, then eventually you two start seeing each other more and more as the romance progresses and gets more intimate. and gets more stronger, your connection gets stronger, and then that's when the topic of feelings start coming up and where is this going, and entering into relationships. But before that is too soon. You need to be seeing each other at least once a week for about 2 months before those kind of feelings start to be generated and you start seeing each other more and more. But before then, saying stuff like, will you be in a relationship with me, or do you like me, it's just too much too soon. You need to be confident and patient with women. And that's the reason why she stopped communication with you, because you came on too strong too soon, and women and people that are feminine just do not operate in that way. Because basically what you are sending out is this feeling of insecurity and lack. You are trying to pin her down to a relationship because you have a scarcity mindset. And a scarcity mindset is just thinking that, oh my god, there's only a few women out there in the world that are ever going to date me. So I need to make sure I get one and pin her down to a relationship, because I just don't feel like I am good enough for most women. Which is why when one girl gives you the time of day and talks to you for a little bit, you try and pin her down to a relationship, because deep down you don't believe that you deserve it when you do. But the right attitude to have, actually a video that I made that will really help with this is called the correct mindset. So I highly recommend you go and watch that. However, the main gist of that video is you need to come from a place of abundance, because there are plenty of women out there in the world. There are plenty of single women that are your age out there in the world that you can date and that are available to you. And if you believe that there's an abundance of women, it doesn't matter if a girl doesn't like you that you're talking to, or she suddenly loses interest, because you're like, well, it doesn't matter, I can just find another girl to start talking to. If she's not interested in me, that's fine, I can just find someone else, because there's plenty of women out there. But the fact is, you don't think there's plenty of women out there, which is why you're trying to grab one woman and pin her down, and try to force a relationship on her, because you just don't think there's enough women out there. But there's plenty. You don't need to be so needy and so insecure about it, because there are plenty of women. Just be cool, relaxed, confident, be patient, meet up with these girls that you like once a week, date them properly. So that means, doing something fun together. It doesn't have to be expensive. You have a fun experience together, you're positive, you have a good time, and perhaps you hook up or perhaps you don't. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are meeting up once a week with the girls that you like, going on dates and having a good time. And that's what will ultimately lead to a relationship. One of these girls that you date will like you and will be the one for you, or a one for you, okay? Because I think it's for her, she doesn't like this, and after I made her angry, she blocked me then. One day after she blocked me, she said she was angry. Then 3 days I started chatting to her again, and she was ready to chat with me again. I asked her to meet again. Then she came to my apartment, we drank together. I said I liked her. She said she doesn't believe, she needs only time. See, she even told you what she wanted. She said to you, I need time. I need time to develop these feelings for you. She needs time to grow that connection to you. She told you what she wanted. She needed time. She needed you to court her properly. I touched her and she was okay. When I tried to kiss her, she said not now. Then we started to meet each other outside. She was always worried when she met me. So if she's worried about meeting you, that's not good. Women want to feel safe and comfortable around you. I hugged her, I told her that I liked her. If you've already told her that you've liked her once, you don't need to keep on telling her. She knows. These things aren't subtle to women. Just the fact that you have been talking to her and chatting to her, and that you want to meet up with her, she knows that means that you like her. You don't need to tell her that you like her. She can tell. She says that she likes me too, but no kissing. That's because she doesn't want to kiss you, because she doesn't feel safe around you. On the weekend, she travelled to her parents. She promised me that we'll meet on Monday. On the weekend, a friend on the same platform had written to me, because it was a small town, you can get to know people easily. And then I knew it was her friend, and I told her, sorry, I'm falling in love with someone, because I know that is her friend. After I called the lady who I like, she said she is tired, she can't talk. I said I want to tell her that I know her friend and that she was talking to me, and she became crazy. She said, I don't believe in you anymore. The next day I called her, and then it was okay. Then I told her about the story. She became angry. She said that I know her friend from Instagram. I said no. Then she became angry that I'm lying to her, and she said she doesn't want to talk to me because I'm lying to her. The next day I asked her to meet me. She said no, because she just likes me as a friend. So if she tells you that she just likes you as a friend, then you need to take her word for it. But I thought because she came to meet me every day, I was thinking that she likes me. She said no after we were talking. The last days I told her that I like her more than friends, and she said no, she doesn't want a relationship now because I think the last relationship hurted her. That doesn't mean that because she had a last relationship and it hurt her, it doesn't mean that she doesn't want a relationship now. She probably would have if you hadn't have acted so insecure. But the fact that you acted so insecure made her not want to have a relationship with you. You know, don't let yourself off the hook. When two people really like each other, it doesn't matter about their past and their past relationships. If two people really, really like each other and they have a strong enough attraction, they will do whatever it takes to be together. That's just facts, okay? If she liked you enough, she would have dated you and been in a relationship with you. But because you came across as insecure and needy, and you kept on wanting to pin her down into a relationship, you kept wanting to know if she liked you, you kept asking her, and you kept on telling her that you liked her, and basically being really needy and insecure. If you hadn't have done those things, then perhaps a relationship could have actually formed between you two. But because you was being insecure, that was pretty much impossible, because you just couldn't handle yourself and rein in your feelings and have emotional self-control. Especially that she was complaining about him to the police, but I said that I liked her. She said no, doesn't want a relationship. She keeps on telling you no. You need to listen to her, because basically what's happening here, if a girl tells you no, it means no. Okay? This is just how it is, okay? And the reason why she keeps on telling you no, and she doesn't want to meet up with you, she doesn't want a relationship with you, and she doesn't want to date you. The reason why she's saying no to you is because she's scared of you. She's scared of the fact that in other situations you might not take her no for an answer as well. You know, and hopefully you can read between the lines when I say that kind of thing, because most women are afraid to be with men or other people that will not take no as an answer. And women need to feel safe and comfortable. And if they feel like if they're around you and they say no to you, you're going to keep on pursuing, it makes them very worried. And it's no reason, and it's no wonder why they think that, okay? I said we can be more than friends. She didn't answer. When I wrote her, she blocked me. If she didn't want to give me a chance, she read but didn't answer. Then I wrote her the same. She tried to explain to me it isn't normal. She hadn't any way except to block me. Then she blocked me on WhatsApp. When I tried to contact her on another platform, she blocked me. Okay, if a girl blocks you on one platform, don't try to reach out to her on another platform, because it's insecure, it's needy, it's basically you not taking no for an answer. And again, women are very, very afraid of men that don't take no for an answer, because they don't know if in other situations that you're not going to take no for an answer as well. So that's why this kind of behavior puts women off you. This is why women don't trust and don't date men or other women, other lesbians, if they're a lesbian, the people that do this to them. That's why they don't date them. That's why they don't have feelings for them. If you're over messaging, over pursuing, and you're not giving up, you're being relentless about it, you will get blocked. And if you're really not taking no for an answer, you could get a restraining order, okay? You can't do this kind of stuff at all, okay? It's not good. It really isn't good. Even if you're a well-meaning person, you know, and you know what no means, but if you're not knowing what no means in other situations like this, then they don't know. The women don't know. Really, I like her so much. What can you recommend to me to get her back? I felt like she was lying to me, that she likes me just as a friend, because when we met each other, I noticed her eyes, her pupils dilated, her body language. When I tried to kiss her, she said not now. She didn't say no. Yeah, well, she probably did have some attraction for you to begin with, but you basically ruined it by over-pursuing, and you kept on wanting to pin her down into a relationship. So the best way to get her back is to do nothing and see if she ever reaches out to you. And if she does reach out to you, ask to meet up, and when you meet up with her, don't bring up the topic of having a relationship. Don't tell her that you like her. Don't do any over pursuing. Just when you meet up, don't try to pin her down into a relationship. Just make a date. Just have a date. Just get to know each other. Have a laugh. Have a few drinks. Have some fun. You know, just as in like, you know, having an enjoyable experience together. You know, and then keep on doing that once a week. Meet up with her once a week to do that, and then eventually you'll start to see each other more and more, and that is when a relationship will happen. But that takes a couple of months. It's not an instant thing. So she wasn't lying to you when she said that she only wants to be a friend with you, because at the beginning she probably did feel like, oh, I'm quite attracted to this guy, I'll see how things go with him. But then you kept on over pursuing, and then by that time she felt like she only wanted to be friends with you. Okay? Because women, your feelings change, and so does women. Women's feelings change as well. She changed her mind about you. She wasn't lying to you. She just changed her mind because of your behavior. In that moment, when she said to you, I only want to be friends, really meant I only want to be friends. And it doesn't matter what she said to you last week or yesterday or a year ago. What matters most is what she is saying to you now. And if she's saying to you now, I only want to be friends, that is her reality. That is her truth. Believe her. She is not lying. Do you think there's any possibility to get her back, or should I try to contact her? Never contact her again. You've contacted her too much. And is there a possibility to get her back? Well, you never had her to begin with. You were just talking to each other and you met up a couple of times. So I would suggest that if she reaches out to you, just go out on one date a week, and make sure that you're not trying to pin her down to a relationship. Just meet up, have an enjoyable experience, have dinner together, talk to each other, get to know her, because you never know, she might not be someone that you actually want to be with anyway. You might find out that she's got a lot of issues, or there's something else going on in her life, or perhaps you realize that you two don't have the same interests or the same values or don't want the same things. These are the things that you should be asking when you go out on a date with someone. When you go out on a date with someone and you meet up with someone, you should be very skeptical about them, especially if you don't know them very well yet. Especially if this is your first time meeting with them. You need to be, in these situations, you need to be qualifying them. Like, what do you want in a relationship? So ask yourself that to yourself. Like, what do I want? You could think, okay, well, I want to have kids. I don't really want to be with someone that's a drinker, because I prefer to stay at home rather than go out clubbing. Or if I do go out to a drink, I prefer to go to a bar or something else. I don't like going clubbing. But then you meet up with a girl and then you find out that she likes clubbing, she doesn't want to have kids, or she doesn't want to get married, or she doesn't want the things that you want. Then you know never to go out with that girl again. But because you're so attracted to this girl, you probably didn't even bother asking her the questions that you should be asking to find out if this person was actually even the right person for you to begin with. Anyway, so that's the email. That's what I wanted to go into today. So if you'd like help with your specific situation, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop. Alternatively, you can use the email address provided in this video's description box. Please like, please subscribe, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.